Hi, welcome back to our channel. We are Chase and Melia, and today we are finishing part 2 of EXO Acoustic Session Medley.
Yeah.
It is, it's been awesome so far.
Absolutely.
We've been super excited, enjoying it very much so.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you haven't seen the first one, go watch that one.
Yes.
Jeez.
Gotta watch
Can't
it.
just hop around, jump forward in time.
No way.
Go watch our initial reaction, and then this is our continued initial
reaction. First time ever. Second time
Second time
ever.
possibly. If you're new to this channel, we are Chase and Melia, and we are voice teachers. We've been studying voice for years and years and years.
Maybe even decades.
We teach lessons. We just love talking about singing and learning about singing. And what we do is we break down what these professional singers are doing so that we can get better, and hopefully you can get better at the same time.
Yes.
So if that's something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's get started.
Awesome.
A lady love, yeah. 수많은 사람들은 너를 향해 전개의 소원을 말해 네가 이뤄.
He's the guy that was playing the guitar, and I'm mad now because it's like, wait a minute, this isn't fair.
I was waiting for him to sing while he was playing the guitar.
Me too.
And when he didn't, I felt better about
Me too.
myself.
I was like, oh, there's no way he has a beautiful voice.
I wasn't upset.
They're also about to start dancing.
No,
Can't you tell?
Now I'm upset.
I'm mad.
I'm upset.
내가 바라는 건 단 하나 only you. 너라는 그 자체로 만족해. 더 많이 꿈처럼 펼친 오로라 커튼 그 사이 숨어 빛나는 fortune 깊어진 눈빛 내게만 들린 너의 목소리. 이렇게 나오다 눈부신 넌 속삭이던 내게 와 흩날리는 그 속으로서 가장 사이 내게로 와 내 생일에 단 한 번 내게 빠졌던 셀 수 없는 밤을 거슬러가 쏟아져 오는 너 세상에 잠든 그 순간
Stink face.
Oh, like it's so good.
There are so many things I want to talk about. Like I meant to stop earlier, but let's just talk about the most recent thing. This little like moment. Hold on. Okay. I want to talk about how he transitions from a light and gentle classic head voice.
Same note.
Yep. Pulls in his full folds and then has like the full phonation and resonance, and like the difference between those two sounds and the like
the
approach of that, and like how it is seamless, right? It's effortless, and yet it makes such a huge impact, right? Like what he is doing obviously adds more power and takes a little bit more energy and effort, but it's not like a struggle, right? He's not like going from this beautiful light dynamic to now I'm going to push and I'm going to exert a lot of effort and tension. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's really cool. And I feel like he had
There's a little bit of that, right?
I feel like in the last note. Well, and that's another thing I want to talk about. I'm just talking about the first two notes.
Yeah.
Heady, airy. See? And so then that last note, he does have a little bit of that push a little bit and kind of strain in his neck, and you can literally see it go like progress. You know, and I think that's just cool to watch and take note of.
Well, and this is you know, some people got us messed up.
Got us all messed up,
thinking that we don't want, you know, you should never, you know, growl or do any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's not about that. It's about using all the different colors. If you can only sing and your neck looks like this, and that's the only, you know, the only way you can actually get notes out and you can actually sing is if you're working really, really hard to do it. That's not good.
It's also the first time we've heard him do it. Like, since we've started this recording and we're 8 minutes into this video. Sure. You know what I mean? So like, I think
he's not doing it all the time.
Yeah.
But he's using it for a purpose.
Exactly.
Right? And it becomes more meaningful when you use it for a purpose. You're bringing it out rather than it's all the time.
Exactly.
Right?
Rather than it's how you sing. Yeah.
It's like covering everything in ketchup.
Right.
You know,
too much ketchup.
Yeah, a little bit of ketchup is great. Or salt. Right. You know, salt is great, but then when you use it all the time, it loses any kind of importance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't rewind because there's too much to say. Ultimately, they all have such incredible voices, and I love them for so many different reasons. Like we said this with 17 and all the other groups, but they bring so many different colors to the group. And I think that's what I love so much about K-pop groups is that it's a bunch of good singers for a bunch of different reasons.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I think that's why, you know, these groups are formed in the way that they're formed because, like, people fill different roles.
Absolutely.
But I feel like there's, you know, and maybe people are going to hate it if I say this, but I feel like there are a lot of people in this group, and most of them could be the lead vocalist.
I agree with that.
Right? Like, there's no... I mean, we like that one guy, but that's just because he, you know, he kind of gravitates toward our style and our preferences more.
Yeah.
Not because anybody else can't do what that guy's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like there's so many people who stand out and, you know, everybody's got different voices.
Yeah.
So it's just really, it's kind of a lot to take in.
It's a lot.
It's hard to break down what's going on.
Well, and these first initial reactions to groups are always like this. Like, we're just like drinking from a fire hose. So, so bear with us. I don't think that the Buzz haircut guy dances makes me feel a little bit better. But I don't know if that's true.
No, he's probably the best dancer.
Probably he just is saving it till the end.
Till the end, till the finale. Probably just flips.
Can we compare that?
Sure.
Because I was going to talk about how it's a little low, and just I want you to hear like the different resonances in their voices in that, specifically like the lower part of that line. Do you hear it? Like the difference?
No, absolutely. It sounds like the first guy is forcing kind of his vibrato to come out.
And like maybe pushing a little bit because it's lower.
Or, maybe a little bit of that. I think it's more like some people are uncomfortable when their vibrato is just not happening. And I felt like the second guy didn't sing with as much vibrato, but he didn't seem worried about it.
Well,
he didn't try to make it happen.
And I think that what it all came down to for me is the air. Like the second guy felt like his air, we always say this, was preceding him and was like carrying his voice, right? There was so much air that it literally was like he was just giving it air and then singing that line, versus the other gentleman, I think, had a little bit more effort in his muscles instead of letting the air, kind of, we always give the visual of like your air comes first, then your vowel, right? Then the pitch, it's air, vowel, pitch. And that's
all of that happens before you even make a noise.
Exactly, right? Yeah. Like you have your air is going, you're like exhaling and you're sending your air. Yeah. Then your mouth is in the vowel position that you need it to be in, and then you make a noise. And I feel like that's exactly what he displayed. Yeah. And again, these are minute differences, right? Like we're comparing them side by side over and over again here, like on the back end of this performance. Oh, yeah. This is because this helps us learn, and it hopefully helps you guys learn. Yeah. Like, do you like the difference? Do you hear a difference? And why is there a difference? Yeah. Like, what is that? What is going on there?
One of the things that I've been doing a lot for myself and just asking kind of my students to do is just breathe out. Just breathe out. Like when you talk, you don't think about sending your air. And,
right.
And when you unless you have like literal vocal issues, you could speak to a room of people and they could all hear you easily.
Yeah.
But you're not yelling. And why is that? So I literally think just breathe out and say the words and the melody's going to be there.
Right.
And it's easy just to kind of relax into that. And then all of a sudden you get this really beautiful full tone because you're not making something happen. You're just letting it happen.
Right. And I think that's also what's interesting is the product could really be very similar in the end. Somebody making it happen and somebody letting it happen sounds pretty similar and could almost sound the same. I think what we love about the idea of letting it happen versus making is that it gives you the ability to keep going. It gives you the ability to sing all day, do it night after night. It just,
even when you're a little sick, when that's what my voice teacher kind of said too, is like when conditions aren't ideal.
Exactly.
You've got a little head cold or you're kind of dehydrated because you have all these things out of the way of your voice, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It might not be the best you've ever sang, but it is going to function. And a lot of people are riding this line where they, Mariah Carey was one where she went on vocal rest for days before a concert because that was the only way she could sing. She could do what she was doing.
Right.
And we don't think that that's sustainable. Or
ideal.
Ideal.
I think because that's the other argument too. The other argument is that you could still have, those moments of extreme greatness, right? Like you don't speak for a few days so that you can sing your heart out at a concert and people still walk away completely in awe. That's absolutely valuable and there's nothing against that. Yeah. It's just, what do you want to do with that? Do you want it to be something that you do consistently for many, many years?
Yeah. Mariah Carey is struggling to sing now and she's only in her 40s.
Right.
It's kind of crazy.
Totally different. So that was just a little example.
Yeah.
이제 비밀처럼 되어버린 널 그래서 난 내가는 걸 서로 마주보는 시선 둘 하나 남은 시선 길을 잃은 시선 굳게 닫혀버린 시선 둘 늦어버린 시선 너를 놓친 시선 괜히 자꾸만 미안해져 이런 마음을 갖고 너를 보고 있는 건 서로 마주보는 시선 둘 하나 남은 시선 길을 잃은 하나의 시선 그냥 착각을 했어 내 안에서만 자라왔던 꿈 저 시간이 바람처럼 내 곁에 도화지에 하얀 글씨로 가득했던 말 내가 너무 아껴뒀나 봐 서로 마주보는 시선 둘 하나 남은 시선 길을 잃은 시선 굳게 닫혀버린 시선 둘 늦어버린 시선 너를 놓친 시선 괜히 자꾸만 미안해져 이런 마음을 갖고 너를 보고 있는 건 서로 마주보는 시선 둘 하나 남은 시선
So I feel like he's working a little hard on a few of those lines. And what I think is interesting is like his voice, what I've loved so much about it so far is that he was kind of allowing it to just go to a place that maybe had a little less like oomph, but it was so lovely. And I recognize too that these lines don't have that, like, the purpose of these lines is to have the oomph. Like he's now doing some ad libs and he's kind of doing some belty-y stuff. But I'm noticing there's a little bit more effort in his singing now. And I wonder, this is what we love to talk about too, is there's so many reasons that could be. It could be the end of the concert. It could be, you know, he's tired. There's a lot of reasons why he could be putting more effort into it. And none of this is to say he's bad, right?
And I don't know if any of you have been out there like performing and you're stuck and you're just trying to get through a song. Like that is so real, and that happens to literally the best
all of us
people in the world. So I think, I don't know, you know, part of me also, like, it's hard for this song specifically, it's hard to have that balance of that full voice and also you're not like really belty. You're trying to match the energy of the song. And so I think that's a lot of it just takes a lot of stuff. And this is kind of ad-libby part. So things might not be as polished, and you might be trying new stuff. It's there's any number of reasons.
Absolutely. I just wanted to point it out because I feel like it is always good to like notice and recognize and consider why that might be, right? And consider, you know,
well, these guys are human.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's
proof it's live.
That's one of my. It's proof that it's live. It's proof that they're actually doing it. Right. I mean, how many people have we found that aren't actually singing live? And I don't, you know, it doesn't matter how you feel about that, but I hope it gives you a little perspective of how difficult doing all this stuff is. Yeah. And then trying to do it all at the same time.
Absolutely.
And so I love it when things are a little bit off because it's just proof that these guys are the real deal and actually doing it.
Well, and there's
it's the best.
Well, and there's a saying that we always like to kind of go back to, which is it's about the process and not the product. And that just means that this whole journey of being a professional singer, amateur singer, whatever kind of singer you are, it's about the process. It's about learning and uncovering your voice and what it can do and how you can do better. It's not about the end result because, you know, that line's always moving, right? Oh, yeah. Like the goalpost is always moving. All of that's always going. And what we love the most about live music is that it just exists as it was, right? Like that is what it was. So you can't take it back, right? There's no changing it. And I think that's
Absolutely.
part of the process. Wow. It's pretty cool.
That was very cool. I loved that. I really want to kind of dive into our favorite, the guy with the short hair. I do too. I don't want to speak for you, but I want to learn more about that guy.
Me too.
And I would love to break down his techniques.
Absolutely.
For even just me.
Right.
My selfishness. And I don't want to share them at all so that I can have all the secrets.
And you won't know.
You can't. That's right.
No, I think that's a great idea. I think that, like we always say, it's just so nice to hear good singers, and it's so nice to try to figure out what it is they do so that we can do a little bit more of that better ourselves.
100%.
That's our favorite thing.
100%.
So if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider watching another one of our videos. Like if you missed part 1, or we reacted to 17. We've reacted to NCT 127. Yeah. There's a lot of things. So if you happen to be new, go check out another video, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time.